Okay, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing good. So today we're going to be talking about 5 tips for beauty photographers. Let's get it. So just going to be jump right into it. Let's get it. So one is using the right gear. So I know they always say gear doesn't really matter when it comes to photography, but when it comes to beauty, the camera doesn't really matter, but the lens choice does. Because there's that saying, the focal length you have matters on this, how flattering it's going to be on the face. So for example, if you're using a 35mm on somebody and you're trying to go up close, it's going to be distorted. So the person's going to look, so it's going to look something like, I have a picture, it's going to look something like this. But if you're using the 85 or like 100mm, there's a huge difference in what it looks like. So the focal length closer to the subject can determine how flattering it's going to be on the subject's face. The second one is camera settings. Now, there's that triangle we usually talk about, which is the aperture, shutter speed, and ISO. So those three plays a huge factor. So your shutter speed, when it comes to studio photography, doesn't really matter. I'm going to go in more details in the comment video I'm going to be doing, but the shutter speed doesn't really matter. As long as you keep it around like a shutter speed of probably 1/200th of a second, you're good. Or 180 or the max you can go when it comes to studio photography. Reason is probably just to cut off the ambient light you can have, but other than that, the shutter speed doesn't really matter. But the two you're going to be playing with is your aperture and ISO. Usually when I do beauty photography, I tend to keep my ISO around f9 to upwards, so f9 to f12. Reason being, the higher your aperture is, the sharper the image is, but the lower it is, the more you have blurry effect. Now if you're going for something like that, it's a different ball game, but most of the time I'm trying to get that sharper and, you know, getting the pores and deep. So the apertures and the ISO is kind of what you really play around with. But yeah, that's pretty much that. And yeah, that's that. The third one is the makeup is everything when it comes to beauty photography. Like, I have the opportunity to work with amazing makeup artists, and it is key. Having a bad makeup can mess up your beauty image immediately. Now, one, not having a good understanding of the shadows and the highlights and the foundations, or doing too much in makeup can mess up an image completely. So makeup is everything. Trust me. Shout out to Janae. I love what she does. She's an amazing makeup artist. In my personal opinion, probably one of the best in Edmonton. I tell her every time, she's amazing. The fourth one is, when starting out, I advise, just my personal opinion, use one light or natural light. Now when I say natural light, I'm going to show an image. Now I want you to know, I want you to put it down in the comment. Do you think it's shot natural or studio? Let me know what you think. But I'm going to give an answer probably at the end. But let me know what you think down in the comment. You think it's natural or studio light. But yeah, it's one light or starting with natural. Usually what you really just need is one huge softbox or an umbrella and you're good to go. And a reflector, you're good to go. Those two in combination is amazing. Or natural light is just build a huge white box. You can go down to the dollar store and just buy like I can't remember what they call it, but it's like a square kind of like white, just a white flat board. Grab 1 or 2 or 3, staple them together, and you're pretty much good. Probably 6. It usually runs around for like $2 or something like that. Grab a couple, join it together, and you have a huge B flat, and you're good to go. When it comes to beauty, most of the time you're good. And then probably my last tip is, in order for your image to stand out, amazing eyes catch light can do the trick. Usually what I recommend is just having a reflector or the same stuff I said, or white fabric. Just something to put under the model face, just to give a nice catch light. Usually you can do in a post. I usually don't recommend you to do that because it's kind of fake, if you know what I mean. But the catch light can do amazing. It can like really like, it creates like a good connection between the subject and yourself. But yeah, now the question about that is it natural or studio? It is completely natural light. No studio light, no nothing. All I did with the setup was I had the window opened and I took a huge big V flat, kept the model inside, surrounded her around with the box. Like I usually call it the box, Dine. It's an inside joke for myself. I'm a makeup artist, and it was amazing. It was like amazing photos. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.